Hi guys, it's Sherry. Today we're going to be working with some scrapbook paper and my teardrop or raindrop shape wood blanks. And I also have some faux gems here. And I got these scrapbook paper a little bit ago and I thought they were so fabulous that I really want to incorporate them together. And I love the idea of having the castle and then the roses. So the first thing I'm going to do is start cutting out the castle and seeing how I want to lay this out. So my first decision is, do I want to put the entire castle on one blank? Do I want to cut it in half and do half and half? And I like the idea of doing half and half, but I don't think it will work out correctly that way. I think I'll end up losing most of my castle on here, but I'm not, you see what I mean? I would only end up getting like a tiny bit here. So I'm thinking I'm just going to do a castle on one and then a rose on the other one. So let me cut that out. And make sure you keep your scraps because you could use these for something else. And I will lay down my Mod Podge. Oops, right here. And then I'm going to lay my castle out the best that I can. I'm going to try to get it somewhat even here. Let's see how I want to. And I want to get this tip right here a little bit towards the top. And I think that should be good, about right there. So I want to smooth it out, make sure no bubbles are underneath. And then I'm going to do another layer of my Mod Podge. And I'm going to let that dry. Now for my rose, I know I want this rose here. And I am going to kind of just cut around it. There we go. I like it that way. I want to try to get as much as that rose to show, because I want to put little gems on here. I'm going to let this completely dry before I put the gems on, because I want to make sure that they're put exactly where I want them. Okay, so now I'll let that dry. All right, so my pieces are dried. The next thing I want to do is start trimming my pieces up here. So I like to get real close to the edge and just get it all nice and trimmed up. And there is the rose. Get this section here. Okay. And there's the castle. And I'm going to poke a hole. You could take anything pointy. I'd love to use my pointer tool. It just works fantastic. And I think instead of doing the gems, I may end up using my acrylic marker because I just want sections kind of highlighted, but I want to see if this marker will work, and it will. Okay, so that works out perfect. So I want to kind of just trace out my rose here. And this will just give it a nice pop of color. So I'm just kind of following my pattern. So that's what it will look like. And then for my castle, I'm just going to highlight certain areas. I'm not going to trace it out because I think it'll ruin it if I do that. So I just want to kind of add just a tiny bit of red and highlight certain areas. And that will be my castle. Maybe I'll add just a little bit on that side. And I think I will add just one gemstone on the rose area, or maybe a couple small ones. I'm not sure. I'm going to kind of play around with it before I actually glue anything down. I want to get an idea. So the best thing to do before you actually like commit to something is really just test it out and see what it looks like before, because at least if I'm laying these out and I like it, I can say, okay, that's where I'm going to put my stuff. But if I don't like it, well, now I'm kind of stuck with it if I glue it down. So I just want to kind of play around and see if it will be something I will like. But I don't know if I will, the more that I'm thinking about it. So I just want to kind of play around and see what I think. See, I just think that's going to kind of, I'm not going to do the gems. The more and more I'm looking at it, I don't think the gems will work for this particular piece for what I'm looking for. But I do like highlighting it in the red. I think that looks really nice. So for the back, what I think I might do is paint it all black. And then, or, you know what, maybe I could just kind of, let me see here. I wonder if I can just kind of do like a little collage piece here and how that would look. I'm thinking maybe a nice little collage would look nice. Let me put the tree there. I like that tree. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do like a little collage. I'm going to cut out certain pieces that I really like and decide how I want to place them. So let me get my Mod Podge again. And we'll work with one first. And I'll just slowly start placing my pieces on. Oops. Make sure that my wood is completely covered. Let me get that. So you want to make sure that anywhere you're sticking paper, there is Mod Podge for it to stick well. All right, so I'll let that dry. And I'll cut out little sections here as well. So I'm going to start out with the larger piece. I like all that dark. And then I'll add that on. And let's stick this little section on over here. All right, now I'll let that dry. All right, so my pieces are dry. I trimmed them up. I did a quick little trace over the flowers. Now I'm going to put my holes in. Okay, so they both look good. All right, so next I want to do my resin. And if you don't want to do resin, you can stop here and just leave them the way that they are. I love the way that all the colors pop when I put resin on. So I am going to do my resin. I think the black and the red will look much, much brighter with the resin. So I am going to do my resin. I'm going to carefully go around my hole. And I will pop my bubbles. Let's go over quick with my lighter. And then I'll put these under my UV light. All right, so I did resin the front and the backs of these. And look how beautiful those look. This is why I like to resin. It just looks so much nicer and the colors really start to pop. So what I'm going to do next is, normally I would do silver or gold, but today I really want to do the sides red so I could edge it red and make it all kind of combined together. So I'm just going to take my same marker and go right over the edge. Now I am going to do this twice because it does not come up as bright as my silver or black would. And that's okay as long as you go over it twice, and then you won't see the wood popping through, because I don't want the wood popping through. It just doesn't look as complete or nice to me. If you want to just keep your sides, you know, the wood, you know, that's what you do. So I want you to create your pieces to what you want them to be and what you desire. So it's real simple. You can see I'm just going over it twice. And then I like to take the edge of my marker and just do the very top of my piece here. And it'll edge it off and make it look real pretty. And then it almost looks like it's encased in something. Like when I do my silver, it looks like it's encased in like a silver, like a metal frame or something. But I just think when I edge my pieces off, it just makes them look so much nicer. You see that? Look how pretty that looks. And I always do both sides. I gotta tell you, I really like the collage side a lot. I think it came out really cool. It almost reminds me of like old newspaper. So this one I did a few minutes before I hit record. And you can see how nice the sides look. Look how pretty. Doesn't that look nice? It's that collage. That just is so neat to me. I really like it. So our last step to finish these up is to put our findings on. So I'm going to open up my jump ring. Just put that on. And then decide, do you want that to be the front? Do you want this to be the front? And however you want the front to be, that's how you're going to put your earring on. And I love doing double-sided because one day I may want to do the castle and the big rose. And the next day I may want to do just the collage. So very, very nice. I absolutely love doing my double-sided. Anybody that's been watching me knows that's exactly what I usually go for, is double-sided pieces. I just think they're fun. And if you do sell them, it's a big, big win for you because people that hear 2 earrings in one are more likely to buy than just two pairs of earrings. Look at that. So I really hope that you can see how nice that looks with my light. Sometimes the light kind of, you know, stops or puts a shine on there and there. So I really hope that you enjoyed creating these pieces with me. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye.